Hey lovelies, hexlings and Cauldron crew members, I'm Imogen and this is part 2, the final part of Quoth the Raven. First off, I want to say a huge hello to all my new subscribers and thank everyone for their social media support, including my coffee subscribers who are my Cauldron crew, those who gave me a one-off Witch's Brew donation, as well as those who became hexlings and chat over on my Discord. In this video, I'm picking up right where I left off, so I'd really recommend checking out part 1 first. I will link that below. I really loved how the final piece was coming together. The Kraut-Fixer cured the Kraut-Tac perfectly, and I was actually tempted to matte varnish over it, as it had an unexpected shine. But honestly, it kinda works. It looks like it's been raining and the earth is wet, which I'm actually really enjoying the look. In hindsight, I didn't actually need to remove the pumpkin either, since I ended up covering that area with the base and medium mixture anyway. I'm genuinely loving how it looks so far, and I'm really excited to finish this sweet little project. As I said before, this is a gift from my friend Adam, who is awitchesminis on Instagram, and I will put his information in the description. And this is a marker piece from Warhammer, Necromantic Horror, Blood Bowl team, the Wolfenburg Crypt Stealers. If you saw during the week, the hands I ordered finally arrived from eBay UK, so I was able to include one. The arm actually had a little bone that sticks out on the end, so my first task was cutting that off and filing it flat so it could be glued down properly onto the model base. I then brought a few more colours to the table, the first one being Vallejo model colour 70.847 Dark Sand, which I actually had to decant into a different bottle because the lid broke, so if it looks slightly different, that's why. The second colour I brought to the table was Bone White, which is game colour 72.034, but I didn't actually end up using it. And the third colour I brought was also a Vallejo game colour in Desert Yellow, which is 72.063. I used the model colour Dark Sand to paint the hand, and I probably should have primed it first, but the original coat worked well enough as a base. Then I moved on to tackling the grave. Under bright light, it looked incredible, but under regular light or low light, it looked like I hadn't bothered painting it at all. So I went back with Pro Acryl Heavy Titanium White, Coal Black, and whatever was left on my wet palette of the Vallejo model colour 7899 Dark Parisian Blue. I used my workhorse brush and pom-pom tool, and I'll link both my videos to those below. I added highlights and lowlights using the leftover paint and the fresh pom-pom. I used what was left on my wet palette, mainly the blue, to start painting the raven. She took the paint beautifully, first the pom-pom, and then I went in with an extra small dry brush from Pt.2. Honestly, they gifted me it before I became an affiliate, but I thought I'd take this chance to shout out my affiliation here. So, if you use my link in the description along with my code, you'll get 5% off and I'll get a small commission at no extra cost to you. All links will be in the video description and over on my linktree, which I'll put in the description and also on screen. And I went back in on the hand with the pom-pom tool and lifted off any excess paint. I started darkening up the cracks with the black, adding in more black detail into Quoth the Raven, and mixed up my palette colours into a grey for the beak, with just a touch of white. I grabbed my Loctite Super Gel, and honestly, I was really surprised how well it worked in part 1, considering I haven't had very good experience with it at all in the past. Maybe the trick is to just be more generous with it. So I added glue to the model base, and I added glue to the end of the arm, allowed both to dry and set up for a second, and then I held it in place with some tweezers for about a minute, and then just simply left it to dry for an hour. When I came back, I was so happy with how it had all set up. I used the darker paints I'd mixed, plus a splash of desert yellow to distress the hand and make it feel part of the scene. I wanted it to look rotten, aged, zombie-like, and covered in dirt, but with tiny highlights on the light side of the hand. I then grabbed Vallejo Model Colour Black 70.950, thinned it down heavily with water so that it would flow into the gaps. I feel like while the Pro Acryl is a gorgeous paint, it also mattes down too much, and I needed this to be deeper, more contrasting, rich black. Vallejo Model Colour worked beautifully because it also dries matte, unlike their game colours that unfortunately dry more glossy. This worked beautifully, and I also had some extra and was able to add it to Quoth the Raven herself, and also some shading on the grave. Around the base of the hand where I glued it, I did also put some black on there just to disguise it a little because I feel it sometimes dries clear and sometimes dries sort of white. But finally, I grabbed my Kraut-Tac and Krautcover in Common Earth Dark. Using a cheap synthetic paintbrush, I applied glue around the base of the arm, between the fingers, and strategic spots around the hand, plus any gaps on the base, and then I added the basing medium. Common Earth Dark looks like super fine dirt. I let this sit up for a few minutes, pressed it down with some tweezers, and then left it for around about 10 minutes. After that, I tapped off the excess, applied the Kraut-Fixer, and left the model for several hours, returning the next day. And I'm done. I'm absolutely in love with how it turned out. I can't stop looking at it. Quoth turned out so well, so did the poor soul in the grave. I'm glad that I angled the hand in the opposite way to the grave. I think it makes it just really work and bring the scene alive, along with how the wet earth just looks like it's been disturbed, like something is clawing its way out. The grave turned out even better than I'd ever anticipated that it could, and I'm just really pleased with the whole piece. So, leave a comment, tell me what your favourite bit was. Quoth the Raven, the gravestone, the zombie hand, or the earth basing medium. Don't forget to like this post, and if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that bell and check out my links in the description. Those links will include my PK Pro affiliation information, along with my link to my Discord, so you can come be a hexling and hang out with us and chat over there. or you could become one of my incredible Cauldron crew members. There's a lower coffee tier that gets your name and one social media link on my YouTube videos, and a spicy, no, not nude, tier that gets you a little something extra. So you can definitely hop on over and do that, or you could simply go onto my coffee and buy me a witch's brew, which is a one-off tip donation. All money definitely helps me continue doing what I love to do, and I am currently working towards improving my setup, so I'm saving up to get a 4K monitor. Your help would be massive in doing that, so I can also improve the quality of my video editing. Anyway, that's all for now. I truly hope you liked this video and you really liked my model. I loved it. Definitely pop on over to my Instagram at awitchesminis and give it a like. Anyways, lovelies, that'll do it, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!